It's Scotch for Dummies again. Another Thursday night or Sunday or somewhere.
Whatever.
It's
a night.
Don't matter.
It's a Scotch night.
No matter.
There's Scotch in glass.
There's a Scotch in glass.
Special Scotch in
and you'll see this glass. These glasses are already poured, and we don't have a normal bottle here because these were a gift.
Different. Same but different.
Same but different. gift from Lee and Mike.
Mark.
Lee and Mark.
Sorry, Lee and Mark.
Down in Louisiana.
Good friends of ours, patrons of ours. Love you guys. Appreciate
Hook
it.
us up.
Thanks for saying. And the boil, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got crawfish boil, and you know the beauty of this is stuff we can't get anymore. So what we have tonight is GlenDronach Cask Strength, batch number 3. Now batch 3, this is a non-age statement from GlenDronach. This actual version was bottled in 2013, November 2013. So it's discontinued. You can't get it anymore. There are batch 4, 5, and 6, and all those. I think they're continuing to do it. But it is a non-age. But we do think, from what I've been seeing, it's on the order of 13 to 16 years, something like that.
It's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is right about the time where GlenDronach was coming through a shutdown period, and they had some older stuff that they were trying to use, and so that's why this is probably older than we think. The beauty of this is also at cask strength. It's 54.9% alcohol.
I like the sound of that.
That sounds
I
good.
think a lot of you guys out there.
And we like
the sound of
GlenDronach,
that.
so it's double.
My God, do we ever?
Now the key thing about the
Back in the
cask,
day, right?
the cask that they use, Oloroso sherry and Pedro Jimenez
Ooh.
cherries.
I know nothing about this. I have no idea what to expect. I haven't read anything on this guy.
It's a whole lot of sherry.
It's got a whole lot of alcohol too. I'll tell you that.
Pedro and Oloroso.
I need to let it sit for a little bit longer. I think.
I mean,
It's batch strength.
This really, yeah, it's got the alcohol, but I'll tell you what, it's got all of the nice fruity notes that I would expect from like sitting in a sherry cask for a while.
Yeah.
So before we really dive into this, we got to throw it out there to Mark and Leanne and say, what, when and where and what did you give for this bottle? So where did you guys acquire it? What did you pay for it? Just to give some perspective to what this glass is.
It's definitely got some
in 2013, the non-age statements weren't that common at the time, so it probably didn't pay it. Well, I've seen anywhere from the current batch 5 and batch 6 are going from anywhere between $50 and $70, but the word is this one was around 80 to 100 at the time.
But if it had some older juice in there, then
that's not surprising.
Worth the money, I would say.
But the beauty is the cask strength.
80 or 90 bucks for a 16-year-old
cask strength.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. So we were looking at that the other day, that the taxes on you'll pay so much more for cask strength bottle in the U.S. because you pay tax on the actual ethanol in the bottle.
Right.
So at 54% ethanol, you're going to be paying
55.
You got 55%. You've got an extra 50% of alcohol in that, so you have much higher tax on that.
You know, interesting about the NAS stuff too. It reminds me of that story about Compass Box. You know, the founder, or whatever that guy's name, the Compass Box, the wizard over there. You know, he made that one vat of like 25, 26, 27-year-old juice, and at the very end he poured 1 gram of 3-year-old juice in there, just to prove to the
make
world.
sure it doesn't matter.
Right. So. Don't get caught up on the NAS.
Yep. No.
Don't get caught up on the number. This is probably 13 to 16-year-old juice in here, but for one reason or another, who knows? Maybe they mixed one cask.
If you're thinking about not just at this point, you're thinking about future releases, and you've got a bunch of old stuff now, but you're trying to work that down, and your ideal age range is 10 to 12 years and something like this. You're not going to put it out as an age statement, because then the following stuff,
it'll be younger.
It's going to be devalued.
Right. Right.
Exactly. So that's one reason or another they chose to put this out under an NAS.
So you keep the mystery.
Right. Who knows what it is? But I'm not judging them. I'm going to judge the juice.
Just do the math. It's good.
Right.
Well, and smell it. So you get what do we get?
I
tell you what.
got a lot of cherry, like cherry syrup.
I already had a sip.
Syrupy sweet. Yeah.
It's super high alcohol. Like, you get that, but it's tamed a little bit by the sherry flavors.
Really?
I mean, it's got a lot going on.
Wow.
I honestly, after the first sip, I would say this one will.
Holy moly!
You put a little bit of water on it to kind of tame that alcohol, or you're gonna have to let it sit for a long time.
Wow, that's good.
You
all
do
right,
get that
man?
fruit
Yeah,
cherry on
man,
the
it's
front.
full of flavor though.
That's got a
It's-
lot of stuff.
It's that first. It is a punch.
It is a punch in the face.
And once you get over that heat, once you get over that, huge alcohol explosion, there's a lot of flavor in it.
There's
That's
a lot
for
of
sure.
flavors, and it's still going. It's
Oh,
lingering.
jeez, man.
I'm chewing on it.
Hell yeah, my tongue's numb.
Yeah, well, there's that. Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing some stuff because my tongue can't taste anything anymore.
And we warm up with a regular old glass. What did we warm up to with tonight? Like a
know
Dewar's
what that was.
White or something like that.
Dewar's 12.
Just
There's
something.
12.
Yeah, something that some alcohol in your mouth, so you're not getting really punched with it. But this
Yeah, but you come into some
some bad
back strength
strength
stuff, and it's not gonna matter.
Oh man, this is just sticky sweet. I mean,
But
it's
it's-
really syrupy and
Yeah, it's got all of the classic sherry flavors that I think
even
of when I think
smells
of sherry.
sticky. I like it. That's a great
It tastes
word.
like
It's-
GlenDronach. I mean, when you say GlenDronach to me, this tastes like you
Yeah,
have
it does have.
the taste, the flavoring of that distillery.
yeah, non-chill filter, non-age statement, non-chill filter, non-colored or natural color. So
It reminds me of when you make like a balsamic reduction or something. And
I know you're gonna laugh.
cooking stuff down to like its
Yeah,
most intense
most potent,
essence.
yeah.
Like that's this.
Bullshit ain't nothing. I got a little marzipan. I'm not kidding. I'm not just saying that to take a dig at you like I normally do.
No, it does
I
have
didn't even
some.
say marzipan.
It does
but
have
now
some
that you mention it.
almond-esque flavor to it. I'll give you that. My problem is I don't have enough of it.
Well, we do want to take a trip down to the fish camp down there in Bayou, so maybe
Maybe we'll stop by.
All right. Well,
Okay, so I had a little
it's-
bit of water in my early guys because I don't have a whole lot here, so I want to definitely tame
Yeah.
it down a little bit. So far, I mean, I barely put any water because of the volume here, but it doesn't change the smell at all so far.
Maybe one of these numbers.
Fortified.
Man.
yeah.
My glass got bigger.
Yeah, it did. Something good.
wow. That's just a damn mouthful.
A lot more cherries coming out full of water. Weirdly enough, that initial when it first hits your tongue, I get
Wow,
fresh
it's even
cherries.
better.
Yeah.
Holy moly. I am enjoying this Dram.
It's got a lot of good stuff going on. Well, who's up, Drew? You ready to talk about this, man?
Sure, why not?
I tasted it.
I tasted it. I got the water going. Delicious Dram. Thank you for sending this to us. I'll tell you, this is delicious. GlenDronach, one of my favorite distilleries out there right now.
I
Can't go
know.
wrong with them. Everything we've had so far, I think I've given like 2.5 and higher, probably. It feels like it. This is definitely right there with it. I'm gonna go 3 right out of the gate. I think it's a delicious Dram. The water did not hurt the nose or the palate whatsoever. I think actually it
Yep,
blended
you're
it
right.
even more. Brought down the heat just a little bit, not much, mind you. Now I don't have a great, water to volume ratio here, so I kind of I don't have enough to really give a good opinion.
You got
But
plenty.
what I have here is delicious, and I want more and more and more of this. Rich cherry, very malty, meaty. It stays with you. You can chew on it. The
Fruitcake.
linger taste. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it lingers on for a while. I'm
Fruitcake.
still the palate, the finish just sits there and sits there and sits there. So 3, great job on this one. I wish I could have more.
I wish you could find it.
I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you can definitely tell it's some older juice. It's got deeper flavors. It's got a lingering quality to it. I would call this essence of sherried Scotch. You know what I mean? Like
naming it
it's
now.
cooked down to, when you think of a sherried Scotch, that's this one.
Scotch.
I like the cask strength just because you can add a little bit of water and kind of make it your own and kind of
Yeah.
dial it into the spot that
in
you
your
like.
sweet spot.
So I'm a big fan of the cask strength anyway, even though there's a price differential.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what they paid for this one. They were nice enough to gift it to us, and
Yes.
that is awesome. I'm going to give it a 3.5. I really like this. Now, without knowing what the price is, I'm taking that out of the equation. I'm just going by the flavor quality and.
Somebody
and-
did a
and
glass of this?
This is a great dram, and you can sit here and drink this for a long time. The cask strength is going to slow everything down a little bit. There's a lot of flavors in there, and as it sits, it's going to open up even more. So I mean, we're giving it the best we can with the quantity of liquid that we have to work with. But I think if you had a full-on glass and you could just sit with it for a while, that it's going to open up and it's going to have layers and layers that
Yeah,
just
I
appear.
agree.
So 3.5 for me.
All right, I'm gonna come out of the gate, as Drew would say here. I'm gonna take your lead, and I'm gonna come out of the gate as a 3. But I'll bet before I get done talking, I'm gonna 3.5. And I'm gonna say, first of all, initial impression is it's a punch, right? It's an explosion of alcohol first, because it's strong, but then there's a ton of flavor going on in there. Yeah, it's a sherry bomb, absolutely, which I think is really ironic for us. It's kind of cool that we're doing this right now because we've really gotten into some really heavy sherries lately.
Yeah.
So this one really falls in line with, now I really want to do this compared with the others.
Yes.
I mean, the revival.
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yep.
So it's really, which is kind of cool because we kind of got stuck on Isla for a long time. So anyway, back to this. At the second drink, honestly, I got a lot more nut flavor, like marzipan smell. It did smell sticky, as Andrew said. It smelled really sweet. But then that second flavor I go into, and it smelled a little more marzipan-y, a little almond, not quite as sticky. And then I put a little bit of water on it, and you're right, it made it better. I mean, I could drink it neat, don't get me wrong, but the water just...
It gives you more flavor.
And now,
softens it up.
You know, I stick my nose in there, and I smell like an almond, and then I stick my nose back in there, and I get the sherry, you know, and it's so... damn, it's really a good dram. Why can't we find a bottle of this? I wish I knew what you paid for it too, because I know what it's worth today. I'll tell you that. What it's worth to me, what I would give for it. I'd give $100 for this bottle easy. It's a good bottle. It's a very good dram. Damn it, 3.5.
What you got, Andrew?
All right. So as you may know, this is not in my wheelhouse. You know, this is one of those really sweet.
Do you have a wheelhouse?
Well, sometimes. So I do enjoy this. It is really sweet. It is a little too sweet for me, which is not a knock on the Scotch. It's just my personal palate. Now, what they do with that, and you add the little water, it softens it down a little bit. You pull out a lot of the fruitcake. You know, the spicy, sweet malt or bready that you get. That kind of flavor is really kind of balanced into the center there. It finishes up a little more. Like cinnamon, spice, nutmeg.
That's good.
There's not a lot of malt in it. There's absolutely no smoke. The mouthfeel is great on this. It just kind of coats and soothes, you know. It's just really a nice mouthfeel. I'm gonna go with 3 because I appreciate what they're doing though. Even though it's not my cup of tea, it's well done. It's well done in what they're doing. This is a nice glass of a very sherried Scotch for me.
I can totally see a battle coming up with this. I would love to go back and revisit the revival against this.
You know what? Maybe what we do is we send a little revival down to Louisiana and let Mark and Leanne do the fight and let them pour one of these and one of those and get on this camera and tell us what they think. Because the funny thing is they're both GlenDronachs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so it's GlenDronach.
And they're all from the same era because the 15 Revival was bottled in 2014. This is late 2013. It's the same juice in just different casks.
That revival has more hype than this one does, because I don't really have heard this one before. But I tell you, I think our score right now is beating that one.
It is right now. We got a 3.25 already.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I really like this.
Thanks for sending it to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. Love you guys. We really appreciate.
I'm gonna lick the
sending
glass
us up
for an
to-
hour.
So around the horn, we got what? 3s in the back, 3.5s up front.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3, 2,
3, 2,
5.
5. Wow.
Thanks again for sending to us. Subscribe if you can. Like the page,
Absolutely.
like us, like everything.
And if anybody else out there has got a bottle of this, chime in on the comments. We want to hear what you got to say. Hey, tune in for our Thursday night live show where we talk about this particular this drink, because we want to hear what you guys know about it if you've got it. Good stuff, dude.
Good stuff, guys.
Good stuff,
Cheers.
guys.
Yep, cheers.
Thanks, Leanne, Mark. Cheers.
Cheers.